And my friends, I would call this activity the joy scale. The joy scale. And as you see, down there we have barely positive. Barely positive. Up there, 100% overwhelming joy. Okay? And I will be dictating sentences. Your job is to put the sentence on the right position on the scale between 0 and, depending on how happy the sentence, expresses, or how much happiness the sentence expresses. That's why we call it the joy scale. I want you to be looking at this page. Don't turn it around. Easy peasy lemon squeezy? Okay. So am I going to dictate a text or sentences? Sentences. Okay. And you're going to write these sentences in any place? No. According to what then? How much happiness. Okay. How much happiness is expressed in the sentence? Okay. Are you going to turn this page? No, never. Ready, steady? Okay. 1. They looked genuinely happy as they celebrated their anniversary. They looked genuinely happy as they celebrated their anniversary. 'She was pleased with how the presentation went and even received a compliment from her manager. She was pleased with how the presentation went and even received a compliment from her manager. Three, after finishing the book and sipping some tea, she felt quietly content. After finishing the book and sipping some tea, she felt quietly content. Four, he was thrilled about getting tickets to the Champions League final. He was thrilled about getting tickets to the Champions League final. She was absolutely ecstatic when she got accepted into her dream university. She was absolutely ecstatic when she got accepted into her dream university. Six, I was absolutely delighted to hear that I had passed the final exam. I was absolutely delighted to hear that I had passed the final exam. Seven, He walked into the room with a cheerful smile and greeted everyone warmly. He walked into the room with a cheerful smile and greeted everyone warmly. 8. I was feeling okay after the long day. Not great, but not terrible either. I was feeling okay after the long day. Not great, but not terrible either. Now, I want you to compare your answers. See, do you have the same order or you're different? Huh? It's bad for her? This is better? Are you sure? Okay, now turn the page, you will find the answer key down at the end. Down there. Not this. The answer key. Yeah. Yes, this is the answer key. This is not the answer key, this is the answer key. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, right. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's think about this activity as teachers. Okay, so again, we need to focus on what's the focus of the activity in terms of skills or systems, advantages and disadvantages. So focus, what might be the focus here? So there is good listening. What about systems? Vocabulary, right? Exactly, right? Okay. Which adjective is stronger than the other? Wonderful. So there is a clear focus on vocabulary here. And of course, listening is included. Okay, lovely. What about the advantages?
Visually, it's visual. Visual representation.
It's good for students, who love to study, okay, through visual aids, because you have a kind of a scale or a line, and then you need to put the adjective on the right, okay, line. So it makes it more memorable, okay, and it helps with memory. Right, what else?
Very nice activity to follow the technique between language discovery and self-directed discovery.
It falls between guided discovery and self-directed discovery. So you're kind of also introducing meaning, okay, through a lovely activity. Good. Okay, what else?
This, the idea of scale could be also a disadvantage, because you may go for the highest level and you find another one that should be in the same place.
Which is sometimes too challenging. The activity can be confusing. Like you go like, where am I going? What was happening? So yeah, so sometimes it can be really, really confusing, and that's the downside of it. Okay, what else? Of course, it is adaptable because you can use it with a lot of vocabulary items, but it has to be a set of vocabulary where we have similarities, between things. It's like when you say hot and boiling and warm, and so you need to find vocabulary of that sort. Yeah.
So we should know that delighted is like less than thrilled in expressing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sort of stuff, yeah. However, I mean, and that adds to the difficulty of the activity, because some students would think, yeah, but I feel that this is...
Yes.
I know. I mean, so as a teacher, you need to bear this in mind, that some students would have also some feelings. And one also disadvantage of this activity, if you don't give quick feedback on it, there can be a danger of fossilization, that students will stick to what they have produced at the very beginning and think that this is it, this is the right answer. So it requires quick feedback. Right. Okay, good.